Is it edgy? Is it soft? Is it gay? Is it hillbilly? True crime? Ghost hunting? Or mental health? Mystery or travel? It's travel plus mystery, motherfuckers. On today's video, we just have one topic that we're going to talk about. What? I know you're thinking, that's strange. But that's the kind of channel this is. And I want to show you a little bit behind the scenes of that. Topic being what it's like for people who live with a disability. We're going to talk about perspective and creators, musicians, artists, pop culture. There is one documentary that I wanted to watch to talk about to do this video. It's on Netflix. We will be diving into that. And I am the rhythm. This is my dance floor. Let's get into it. Welcome to Travel Plus Mystery, and I am your host, Justin Adair. Thank you for being here. Please make sure to subscribe.
What's that?
Pasta.
Okay, listen. Mommy's stomach is hurting. I'm cramping. So, you're gonna be careful. You can warm your own pasta up. I think you can do it. Just follow directions. Go ahead. Go in the kitchen. I'll walk you through it. Go ahead.
I'm man.
Yeah, you are, son. Press, what does the microwave say? Press clear.
For the segment, I really wanted to do some kind of social experiment in some way. The idea of perspective shift, I wanted to stick on topic and be, kind of step into someone's shoes who live with a disability. Realistically, I couldn't think how to do that. I do have a segment where I have the ghost tube and I talk to ghosts. So I'm just gonna do group A, group B, and group C, and just pull a card from each deck. I don't know if you can tell, but I've used this deck a lot. So the card that popped out is the dolphin, the good old dolphin. Let's see what the dolphin has to say. Innately intelligent. Healer, light, blessings. The gifts of the dolphin are beyond what our human minds can grasp. Dolphin personalities are often drawn to the healing arts as they are sensitive to the subtle and enjoy working on the level of spirit. It's easy for dolphin types to underestimate the impact they make in the world. These creatures play such an important role in the wheel of karma that coming in contact with the dolphin type will change the entire course of your day, and thus your life. This card can also indicate a profound blessing is on the way. It says, when in balance, active healer, strong spiritual practice. When out of balance, underestimates own power, and to bring into balance like minded spirits. Reflection. It's time to reflect. It's time to understand what we're putting out into the world and seeing it reflect back to us. Also, the saying that you and I are mirrors of each other, and you are me, I am you collectively. And so, therefore, the good you see in others is the good you see in yourself. Just like sometimes the things that we see in others that we don't like, it's because we don't like that about ourselves. Reflect, don't project. The crocodile. Resting, submerging, collective energy, cooling off. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the internal world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. When in balance, wise, patient, a silent powerhouse. When out of balance, feels stuck, lashes out. And to bring into balance, rest. So with Ghost here, this is usually the card that indicates that you have walked away from a relationship or a friendship, and that person is like a ghost. You have the memories, but they're not necessarily passed away. They still are here on this earth, but you're grieving someone who is still living, and that's one of the hardest things to do. Grief is not on a timer. All you can do is allow it, feel it, and give yourself grace. Guardian of family and tribe, activism, ritual. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none. When in balance, democratic, fearless. When out of balance, judgmental, dominating. And to bring into balance, practice letting go. Success isn't what society thinks success is. Success isn't even what I think it is. Success is what it is to you. For the wolf, you are raising a family, a pack, a tribe. You are a leader and you're leading the way and you're being successful at it. You are not controlling other people to think like you who are in your pack, but you are leading the way. You are the example. You are showing how it's done. But success, you can find it in the small things, the small wins, or the big wins. Be proud of yourself. Thank you for watching this segment. Let me know if you enjoyed it, if you like this, or whatnot, or what have you. Let me know in the comments. And the show must go on. Camp Jened. It is located at Catskill Mountains of New York, and it was operating from 1951 to 1977. This isn't just about a camp. It became about so much more. Equal rights. Camp director Larry Allison. He said teenagers can be teenagers without stigma and labels. It's important to note that there was an ugly law that's disgraceful. The stigma that anyone in a wheelchair is sick. Judy Human, she says it was important to be inclusive, free, and open. There was another camper who said that he was 15 years old and he had surgery and had to hide that he was wearing diapers. At camp, everyone had something going on with their body. It was no big deal. A lot of the camp counselors were a little bit in a cultural shock because of how much the disabled community was hidden. So, they weren't even allowed to go to public schools. Denise Jacobson and Neil Jacobson, both a married couple who went to the camp as campers, describe it as there was romance in the air. There was even a crab spread. Friendship, sex, lust, being young. One of the campers said, "Crab power, wash your balls." So basically, they were having fun and they were being young and talking about things in a way that they can share ideas rather than being looked at as they have an illness. The Disability Act wasn't passed, so a lot of people were used to survival tactics. He says that they were going to get ice cream. Don't want them here because they were making other people feel uncomfortable.
What?
Lionel J. Woodyard said that, the same rules applied as a black man as someone in a wheelchair. These campers recognized is that their lives can be better because of the freedom that they found at the camp. A lot of them took ideas that they learned from the camp and took them back home. Another camper was quoted saying camp was a whole nother world. He was popular. He had a girlfriend. So going back home, he had friends, but it wasn't quite the same. And mind you, there was no accessible transportation. There was an institution at this time called Willowbrook, and many like them, where they basically were left naked and starved. A camper who went to Camp Jened would get sick because of how much he would eat because he came from Willowbrook. They were treated horribly. And because there wasn't any laws set into place, this is how they were treated. The Rehabilitation Act. Richard Nixon vetoed the bill. Basically the conversation was NYC Transit Authority said the bill was too high to make transportation. The mindset was, well, how many people will it serve? Is it really going to help that many people? This is too expensive. There was a protest, a wheelchair protest, and they shut down the city. Nixon argued that the legislation would create excessive, unnecessary, and unmanageable programs, specifically objecting to funding for non-vocational rehabilitation services like homebound services and chronic care. This is why I feel you have to speak up, you have to speak out, regardless if your voice shakes, regardless if you think that if other people think that it doesn't matter, it does matter because your life matters. Judy, she says she turned her anger into action. They put 300 people into that building. It was a 504 protest. They stayed the night on the 4th floor. They were being fed by the Black Panthers. And when they were asked, why are you feeding us? They would say, you're trying to make the world a better place. And that's what they're about. And they are going to protest and be in that building as long as possible. Judy, who was the leader of the bunch, would talk to people and say, can you just stay a little bit longer? San Francisco, the Department of Education, they had meetings that would go until 3 a.m. Everyone got a chance to speak. It was the largest and longest protest trying to get the attention of Washington. There's something about being in nature, coming together with other like-minded human beings and creating a movement. Okay, guys, so for Behind the Mystery today, I wanted to show you the terminal in Florida that we go to as kind of a home base. It's where we reset a lot of the times. So I am in the shower right now, and I'm going to show you what the other room looks like, where you can get soda, snacks, coffee, sit and watch TV, do laundry, stuff like that. Instead of a Pride Plus Mystery segment or guest confessions, we are going to have a new segment that's similar to what I've done before, but it's called Pop Culture. And in this segment, we are going to stick to the topic and talk about people who live with a disability, but people who are artists, movies about people with disabilities, creators in pop culture. Forrest Gump, 1994. Forrest's physical disability and learning differences show resilience and perspective. It became iconic in pop culture. Rain Man, 1988, features an autistic savant, brought awareness and some stereotypes to autism. My Left Foot, 1989, true story of Christy Brown, inspiring and acclaimed. Children of Lesser God, 1986. It explores deaf culture and relationships, Oscar-winning performances. The Miracle Worker, 1962 and 1979. Helen Keller's story heavily influenced portrayals of disability in media. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Disney, 1996. Classic story about Quasimodo highlighting differences in society's perception. Thomas Edison had hearing loss and created the light bulb, phonograph, and many other inventions. Alexander Graham Bell. Hearing difficulties influenced his work on the telephone. Stephen Hawking, ALS. Revolutionized theatrical physics and cosmology. Jessica Cox. Born without arms, first licensed armless pilot, motivational speaker. Beethoven. Deaf. He composed some of the most iconic music in history. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video of Travel+Mystery. Please like and subscribe. Do what you can because we do what we can with what we got. I appreciate you being here and I'll see you next time.